What's going on, YouTubers and Mopar people? This is Moparman 1978. Got another great day. Tomorrow is even supposed to be even nicer. I think like 77 degrees, could even make it up to maybe 80 since we're fairly close to the Missouri-Arkansas state line. Never know with Missouri weather, but anyway, this video kind of concerns my truck and my slant 6 at the same time. So we'll just jump right in and I'll show you what we're going to be talking about here. Going through, over the years I've been collecting parts here and there, used parts. Sometimes I get them for free, sometimes pay a couple bucks for them, or most of the stuff was not after or anything new. And if it is, it's rare and I have to save up quite a while for it. Just like a lot of you guys out there, you don't have a lot of money to throw around. I really didn't forget that I had this, but it was kind of stashed away. And I just remembered, I realized it when I went through a box of stuff, of odds and ends of parts. This was in there. This windage tray actually came off this 318 when it used to be in a cop car from '85. Matter of fact, all the main journal studs, caps, I should say, the bolts for all the mains, actually have the on the tops of the stud heads. It actually has the bolts threads sticking off the top to actually install this windage tray, this factory windage tray. So what I'm going to do is, I've been doing some odds and ends on the motor to get it ready for No Name Nationals. I've got rid of all the excess rubber hose, and I've put just a little bit of rubber hose up here between the carburetor, and I had a whole bunch of extra leftover aluminum racing 3/8 fuel line. So I put a small patch of fuel hose and then ran my aluminum line all the way down and then to another little small section of rubber line, and then I just went ahead and reused this I can't remember the exact brand. It's a they come in different widths. I think they come in millimeter. They don't actually tell you what they use metric instead of regular, like standard size to measure this stuff, but it's a fire resistant, heat resistant, braided flex tubing that goes over brake lines or fuel lines or stuff like that, something that's small enough. I got one size up so the fuel lines and the 3/8 rubber hose fits down inside this stuff too, because this expands and goes over. And then on the ends where it's been cut off, I just run the hose clamps over the top of the hose and over the top of this braided insulation sleeve. I don't think it's fiberglass. I think it's some type of other special material, but anyway, keeps the clamps or the hoses clamped down, and then the clamp itself keeps the braided protectant sleeves from moving around as well. So I got that done up. I've got one really slow drip coming off of around the where the harmonic bouncer seal is. The rest of the oil pan on the sides and stuff never leaks. Now the back side's got a really slow drip as well, and I think what it was is they're cheap front and rear seals that came in the rebuild kit that was just thrown together from the factory. I bought like some aftermarket rebuild kit that came with aftermarket pistons and stuff, and I probably think they just threw in some cheap off-brand seals. So I'm going to buy some actual better quality seals this time. I got to pull harmonic bouncer off and replace the seal, and when I do that, I'll take care of the oil drip on there, and the oil pan will be coming off. I've got extra leftover gaskets. When I buy gasket sets, I take all the excess leftover parts and put them in Ziploc bags and stuff and store them. So it's just like nuts and bolts and stuff. I've got 2 big containers of nothing but nuts, bolts, washers, and other kinds of oddball fasteners I find. Whether it's stuff off previous projects or stuff that if I'm walking in the parking lot, I happen to look down, there's a nut or a bolt or a washer laying there, I'll pick it up and throw it in my stuff to save a little bit of money. You never know. Anyway, when I have the pan off, I'm going to put the windage tray on as an upgrade. I already got it cleaned up and smoothed out. Before I do, though, this is where the slant 6 part comes in. I am actually going to do like what Uncle Tony did for the slant 6 when it goes back into the dart. I'm going to actually, because I got a 360 oil pan that I can't seem to sell to anybody, that nobody seems to be interested in, a LA 360 truck oil pan that I had for cheap on a couple different websites, including Mopar places. Anyway, I'll just extend the oil pan, and then, like he said, he used a LA small block pickup tube. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I got, show you real quick right over here. I've got what's left of this 8x4 or 4x8 sheet, I should say. I'm talking backwards here. 4x8 sheet of sheet metal that I bought from a steel supply place a few years back when it was still cheap. And then this one is a thicker gauge, and then the other one, the other 4x8 sheet, is a little bit thinner gauge. But this is some pretty tough stuff here. I don't know how, it's pretty thick, but it still flexes, but it's a little bit tougher to do. I think I might use this stuff compared to the other stuff, because the other stuff's a little bit softer. But anyway, I'm going to take measurements, and I'm basically going to mimic this windage tray, except for the heavy duty pieces of strip metal in here for the brackets to hold the windage tray up against the main caps. Mimic this, and then I've been watching the reruns of the Uncle Tony's videos, even though he didn't really give any specific measurements on how deep. I think he went with the oil pan, like, I don't know if he went 2 extra inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, whatever. Anyway, I'm kind of guessing based off when in the one video, he held up the oil pan after he got it done, and from a distance it looked like 3 to 4 inches deeper. I don't know. He said there was a section on one side of this windage tray that's got to be cut out for when you set it down in the slant 6 oil pan. But like I said, I'm going to make my own windage tray for the slant 6 oil pan, and I'll already have the modification done in the other piece of sheet metal that I bend and weld up into the pan. But anyway, just thought I'd share that with you, and just a few odds and ends getting this. And I talked to just Mopar Joe, and he said this will be fine as well too. I think I sent an email to Dallas or whatever, but they said this is fine. It's not going anywhere. As far as I know, I don't have to run a kill switch unless somebody in the comment section says otherwise, like John Wilburn or just Mopar Joe or somebody. Let's see what else. Of course, I already got my line lock. Yeah, and then the only thing else I got to do is switch over to the racetrack coolant. So get rid of this regular coolant that's in here. And I think I might when I run the truck, I might just take the heater hoses off and plug the ports off on the firewall and on the engine block too, to kind of clean the engine block up, since we are going into summer months. But once in a while when it rains, you do get fogged up windows at night or during the daytime. You still need your heater core to take that off the windshield. But that's why I got the boiler valve, for if I ever need the heater, I can just flip it on, let the coolant flow into the heater core, shut it off during the summer when I don't need it, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to get a couple new tires for the front. These are just like house brand of big old tires, some cheapos, some Mesa. I want to get some high-speed all-season tires for the front. I've already got the high-speed all-season tires for the back. And the one last thing I got to do that hasn't been done to the front end is I'm going to swap the springs out for heavier dutier springs, since these are the old original factory springs, but to give it more stability around curves and stuff like where I live and whatnot, but it'd probably help out on the track too. Anyway, rambled on long enough. Questions or comments, good or bad, whatever, don't leave one, leave one. Remember to subscribe. It's free on all channels. You don't have to pay nothing. Look at my listings on my profile or my channel, and go over to videos, and or not videos, but what is it, channels or whatever, and you'll be able to see all the people that I subscribe to their channels or that they have subscribed to me. So hope you enjoyed this video, and take care.